welcome back. This is volume 10. Gonna call this perspective and kind of frame that around goal setting, having goals in your life, challenges, and then kind of that, growth through that whole process and where we're trying to get to. So before we get started, please please subscribe, share this with somebody you think could benefit from, the whole series, but especially just having perspective in life. Driving home tonight, it was a hell of a day, and just listening to some music, watching Gary Vee's latest Daily V. I think it's 277. You guys should go check that out. It's phenomenal. It kind of sparked me having this conversation. So putting in crazy days right now, and I've talked about that capacity to work long hours and get the most out of yourself, being like a muscle, whether that's mentally and physically. I kind of ran myself down this week, and I haven't really hit that threshold very often in my life. I could probably count them on one hand, and so right after this, I'm going up. I'm gonna go pass out and get some rest and hit some legs tomorrow morning, get a fresh start. But the reason I say that is, having perspective helps me get through those days where it's just absolute burners. It's meeting after meeting, driving around, emails, and just trying to just tackle all the daily tasks that come up. It can be an ass kicking, but for me, it's funny, I share those challenges with a very small group of people. And I think some people, when you do have that discussion, their perspective is, it's whatever is relevant in their life and kind of how they approach that stuff. And you get people that'll say, make sure you take time for yourself, or make sure that that you make sure. My mom's favorite thing is like, Daniel, don't work too hard. And the reason why I think I'm able to, and there's really no burnout that comes with that for me, is because I have perspective and I know what that goal is. And if you're able to understand like where you're trying to get to, I always tell people, like, give me 3 years, which I think is going to be funny. Side note, calling it right now on what I think is episode 10. I'm going to get 3 years down the road, and it's going to be kind of entertaining to kind of reference back of what those goals were right now, looking 3 years in the future. But I always say, give me 3 years, and it's an understanding of where I'm trying to be and what that daily process looks like right now in my life. So I'm almost able to, it doesn't wear me out mentally from the standpoint of, man, these tasks are so insurmountable. It's like one foot in front of the other. With Prava, with Drew, we always say that to each other, just keep one foot in front of the other. You never know what's going to happen on a daily basis, but if you have that perspective of where you want to be, what goals you're trying to achieve, the type of person that you're trying to be, that you aspire to be, it's not really that difficult. The day-to-day tasks are difficult, but when you go and kind of look back over a stretch of time, like 3 months or 6 months, yeah, it was a lot of hard-ass work, but like, how much progress did we just make? It's incredible. And the growth that comes in that. So having that perspective is critical. And when you're faced with, not faced with, but when you're going through great, like solid periods of growth and happiness, you're also able to understand that, harness that, and almost like embrace it 110%. You feel it. I'm super, super grateful. I say thanks every single night. I pray every single night. And I just kind of put it in perspective of, I feel extremely blessed to be in the position that I am, and to have in my heart that drive to be an exceptional human being and to create something exceptional that creates a great life for not just myself, like that's almost secondary. Create a great life for those people around me. Create a great life for my family, for my future family when I get married and have kids. Like, I want to have something at that point that I'm very proud of, that will take care of them and sustain like generation after generation. And that could be through teaching good work ethic, good morals, good values, And so all those things, when you add those up, having a tough day, it just kind of like, I don't know. I texted Drew today, that it was a tough week. It's been a challenging 2 weeks, but he typed a list of probably 20 things that are just, they're amazing. And it kind of just puts all that stuff again in perspective, like working hard. One of the things that Gary always says is, he said, I eat shit all day. And what he means by that is he deals with challenges all day. And the more your business grows, the more challenges you have. And you're usually just stuck dealing with just ripping off Band-Aids all day. Like, that sucks, but we got to take care of that. Usually that's the stuff that needs to be taken care of the most and is the most urgent. But it's just being able to take a step back, appreciate that, and staying fresh in your mind that it's just, you're on the path. You're working there, your goals are aligned, you're working towards your goals, and great things come of that. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching my videos. It really means the world to me. I'd love to get, I know a lot of you guys text me, I'd love to get your comments below. If we can start some dialogue there, it helps the videos. I want to get to 100 subscribers. That's my next goal. So like this, share it, whatever. Appreciate you guys. Have a good weekend. We out. Good night.